morning, welcome back to my channel. It's the 2nd of April and I'm going to share with you the results of my oil pastel month. Yeah, I can say to begin with it was a disaster, but let me just rewind. So you'll probably remember that these were the oil pastels that I wanted to use throughout the month. Okay, you can probably ascertain if you remember the first video that they're not really used much. Somebody mentioned, I forget who, but somebody suggested that actually what I should do is save those, the top layer, and actually get myself some Mungyo or Pentel pastels to do like the base layer with, which I got a set of 50, and you might have seen this in my recent art haul video. I just did like a spring art haul. Well, what can I say? So you may also recall that I was heavily inspired to use oil pastels because of this piece of scribble that I did at the Sarah van Dongen workshop in November in Amsterdam, and that my sources of reference were going to be Rousseau. You can see that I haven't even succeeded here. Well, actually at the time I didn't have Cézanne. The trees book. So I'd pulled out this cactus one that I wanted to do, and I found this gorgeous image in the Cézanne book. And these have been like this for a little while, and I'm not sure what more I can tell you. Where is my other sketchbook with the work in? One second. These are the two sketchbooks that I ended up using, neither of which is actually paper designed for oil pastels, as you'll be aware. And I managed, not that one. I managed one in here on the 2nd of March. These were the Derwent, were they Derwent or De La Rowney? I think they were De La Rowney pastels that you will have seen in my box. And I swatched them out, and then I did this, which was a recreation, which I shared on my YouTube community feed. It was a recreation of this one, which I had done at the November workshop in Amsterdam. So this one, I used the smudgy stick thing that I'd shown you, and I smudged it. And overall, I mean, that took me, it took me a while. You know, I don't mind it. It's very muddy here. This should be brighter. I muddied it up, but hey ho. That was my first attempt. That's the only one I did in the pink book. Then, oh dear, then we move on to my little cork book. In this book, 1st of March, I also swatched out my Sennelier oil pastels. These are the De La Rowneys as well, and I was attempting to smudge them and see. This happened before this happened, okay? So this we did first, then we did this with a lady, and we did this. Let me do it so it doesn't glare, which is a section of the cover of the Rousseau book. And this took me so long, like so long. And so also my book that I'm writing for my business, the deadline was looming. It's been extended, but more on that in a bit. Then I did this. This is a made up window in a brick wall slash I was like, oh crap, I really need to do something with these oil pastels. I did this. I then did like a boat thing. This one I did up in bed, like, because I was bored and I needed to do something. I didn't want to do my book that I'm writing, so I was like, what can I do? And I started doing this boat thing, and I did it in oil pastels on the 22nd. Okay, and then that's it. Nothing else in here is oil pastels. I literally managed 1, 2, 3, and the one in here, 4 drawings with oil pastels, which makes this a really short video. I did go and create on a different Sarah Dyer Patreon session. I created this book on I think it was 90 minutes or 2 hours, which I had great fun doing. But basically, so it's not that I didn't do any art this month, because I have done, I mean, this book I started at the beginning of February. Yeah, February 3rd. I got this one on my birthday, and it is almost finished. I've only got a handful of pages left because I've been working in it prolifically. I've been playing in it. And I think that's the thing. I think the important aspect to take away with this whole like having a medium per month, it's a great idea if you don't have anything else going on. So for me, I don't want to just hang on. Maybe I can't turn the camera because my hair's a mess. Maybe I'll show you like pages in a book while I talk to you. So for me, the whole like, oh yeah, let's like focus 1 month on a medium on a different material, which has worked in January and worked in February because I'd forgotten about the whole book deadline. But then we get to March and my editor emailed me and she's like, doo-ba-doo-doo. It's like, oh crap, because I had so much going on in January and February anyway. And actually March has been a washout. David's got a health issue. We've been to the hospital a few times. My dad's been really poorly in the UK with a health issue. issue from December. I'm not necessarily really poorly, but he's been feeling really poorly. I've got a sister-in-law who's in the hospital. Oh, she's not now, she's home, but she was in the hospital for like a month. I'm not laughing because she was in hospital, because that's a terrible thing, but it was just like, and that's after my youngest niece was in a car accident and almost killed. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening, and dealing with a lot of that, the easiest way for me to deal with it was to actually, oh, I've lost a bit of paper, was to actually just do my daily sketching, like my daily drawings, and playing, like, and learning. So this one I did uptown. You'll see my art haul that I said, oh, I bought some art supplies. I did this one uptown. This is the Weersmacht. It obviously has houses back here, but I didn't do those houses. I simplified it with a bit of blue sky because it was sunny. And yeah, that's that. And then that's the day before at the hospital, Martini's House. We had to go there for David. I sat in the waiting room waiting a self-portrait session. I'm not going to go through this book because that's going to be a book flip through anyway, but a lot of how I've been managing my time is like book, working on the book, working on the book, and then when I have some spare time, I've been doing drawings. I've actually been doing daily drawings in my Moleskine sketchbook. It's upstairs, so I can't show you, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see on my grid each day I'm sharing like a little daily drawing. They're not very good, I'm building up my practice, but I share them on Instagram because that auto shares to my personal Facebook, and then I can look back at those like a year, like, you know how Facebook does that thing of like, oh, a year ago today you were doing this, and then I can see the comparison between that day last year and that day this year. So that's why I'm doing that, in case you're wondering why I'm not showing them here. I also think you guys get bored seeing those drawings every single day, whereas Instagram's a little bit more like, do it and forget it. Anyway, so my point, I'm coming back, sorry, I went on a little tangent there, friends, is that I don't think it's a wise idea to set yourself a challenge that involves a material that you're not really confident at, that takes a lot of time to use when you also have a lot of other stuff going on in life. And so because I had so much going on in life, isn't this beautiful? I shouldn't share all of it. Look at those trees. So that's like why I wanted to do oil pastels, because I was like, I know that these are done in oil paint, but I wanted to try and like get a similar thing using oil pastels. And it's the same with the, if you look at this one, I keep saying like a lot. I need to, every time I edit a video, you want to know how many likes I have to take out. Like normally it's it used to be, and now it's lack. I don't know where the likes come from, but I think this would look really good in oil pastels. I think it would be a fun technique to try, but I don't have the time to master it. Oh, look at the colors. Oh, see, it's the orange that caught me there. Oh my gosh, with the green. Yum. I don't have time to master oil pastels. I really don't. So what have we learned through 31 days of oil pastels? That they're a medium that take time to master. This would be a really good one to do. The Cezanne, I really wanted to do this one as well. It's that color combination for me. I did bookmark the page as well. That it's a time-consuming material. It is not something I can just put on a page as a scribble and walk away happy from. Like, this felt like it was okay because I did it in a workshop and it was to loosen us up. I don't feel that that's something, I mean, I could do it now with these, with the pen towel. I could scribble on a page and that would loosen me up. But in all honesty, the medium itself, oil pastels, doesn't excite me enough. Sorry, the sunshine's just decided to come out, so it might be a bit glary. It doesn't excite me enough to actually dedicate an hour or two minimum per day to learning it, especially while I have another project that's more important. So that is my oil wrap up. I wonder if I should, how long are we at? 7 minutes. I think this is about 10 minutes in total. If I edit the ums and the likes out, it should be about 8 minutes. So maybe I'll leave it there and record a video for what I'm going to do for April. We are already in April and I have already started. Actually, I'll do that because that gives me a good reason to run upstairs. I'll just do a double video drop, which is not going to be good for my channel or the algorithm, but hey ho, let's do it that way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I know that some of you were excited to see how this progressed, and I'm sorry to say that it progressed very, very poorly. Oh dear, like really poorly. I wish I had better skills. I wish I had more enthusiasm to dive in, but I just didn't. And so that's it. I may try again later in the year when I know I've got more time to dedicate to it. Oh, that's where it came from, look. And now I've put oil pastel smushy stuff on my work table, which I've got to get fabric onto it momentarily. I may try oil pastels again later in the year, but I would probably have a bit more structure of like, okay, well, each day I'm going to spend just 30 minutes or something perfecting them, learning how to use them, because yeah. So those are going to get stored away. I'll put my books back on the shelf, and I will see you in another video for my personal April art challenge. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please do give the video a like, it really helps, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.